Hello everybody and welcome to episode 19 of God of War Ragnarok, and we're right where we left off with a need for a blacksmith because Kratos has picked up all sorts of upgrades. I think he can do all of his weapons right now. But we're just leaving Muspelheim here, having birthed Ragnarok. I'm not really sure how to describe what we've done, but we're gonna travel to Tyr's temple in Midgard. Like, I guess the only other thing, let's see if the blacksmith in Sindri's house is open. That's the only other stop we want to make.
Oh, hey. I had a feeling you might pop in here. You know everybody's meeting in Midgard, right?
You have seen Sindri.
Yeah. He ain't in a good place right now. But who is?
I'm sorry, Lunda. I know you and Brock...
Just tell me you're gonna get Odin. Tell me, whatever it takes, you're not letting that bastard walk away from this.
You will not.
Damn right. And if in the process you happen to tear him a bucket load of new holes in places he don't want them, I'll be rightly obliged.
On to commerce. Wow, I feel a little self-conscious about the upgrades we haven't gotten here, but...
Time to cleave some heads.
Yeah, we would need some more Frozen Flame for that. We cannot do an upgrade to this, and I don't think we're going to get anything else up above level 8. We've been using this grip for a good long time. Let's go to Blades of Chaos. We'll upgrade this as well.
Now those are some angry knives.
That's what I like to call them. And then our spear.
Ought to make Odin's spear look like a toothpick.
All right, and that... Oh, well, I guess we'll check armor, but we've been using her armor. Like, this is the set that she got for us. I don't have any Smoldering Embers. I don't know exactly where you might get them. Oh, we need tempered remnants for these, and I've got 4 out of 5. We could find out if she sells them. Every once in a while, they do sell, like, resources. Oh, right. Oh, I completely forgot. We need another Resurrection Stone. And no, we have... She doesn't sell what we need, so we'll call it there. Yep. No, that's everything. So what... I'm so sorry, Luna. What are you starring for me? What are you saying that is an exclamation point? And, sorry, let me just also double check that I cannot upgrade or repair the amulet as well. Oh, hold on, look at this. The Rod of Restoration. We can do this. I'm glad she pointed that out. I hadn't checked the shield. Look at this. 2 upgrades. I have been remiss. And then we'd need fortified remnants. Okay. And then the bow. His bows are completely up to date.
We heading out?
Wait, but I'm so sorry, the amulet. I don't think we can, but I just wanted to double check. No, we've got 8 of the 9 sockets. All right, Ludna, thank you very much. We'll do that thing we just talked about. All right, Midgard it is. Okay, so I guess here, so if we want to transport there, we would... I guess it's saying that's the closest? Sure, that makes sense to me. I don't know.
Well, this is it then. The beginning of the end.
The end for Odin. And after that, a new beginning for the rest of us.
Atreus.
I know. I'm just looking forward to seeing all the realms finally standing up to him. Elves and dwarves and hell itself.
You are so certain they will unite.
They have to. After everything they've been through. They have to. Don't they?
Well, Atreus, it would be really weird if there was some sort of maniacal tyrant that was slapping everybody down and bullying them around, and then people just sat there and took it when a fairly small number of them in moderately influential positions could rise up and do something about it. But, I don't know. Would seem weird.
Anything in Midgard you want to do? You know, while we still can.
Freya and the others are still making preparations for the attack, so there's time.
But to be true, I really think that we've done everything. There's like a cooking ingredient that we could go find if we, knew which one we were missing and stuff. But no, I feel good about it. Let's check our skills, because we've got 45,000 experience points and at least a handful of new things, or maybe not. This all actually looks like we've got it all. So we'll look down here. Yes, so we do have one upgrade down here. Flame Whiplash can be instantly charged when triangle is pressed momentarily after any Blades of Chaos attack. And we got that as well for the Frozen Axe, but I haven't done it yet because I kind of forgot that I had it. Let's buy this. And then we'll go down to here. Here's our spear. Increases the number of spears to 8. Fully charging Gale Force significantly increases the power of the blast, causing enemies to be launched in the air. I mean, why not? Yeah, it's only 3,000. We can afford that pretty handily now. Rising Wind forms a whirlwind to hit and disrupt nearby enemies. And that's the R111. It's 4 1s and then 1 2. Yeah, I've done that a few times. Throwing several spears in quick succession builds up the speed at which they're thrown. Hey. That's only good news for me. And then Atreus, he unlocked all of his stuff a long time ago. So we're all good. I'm just making sure that we don't have... Wait, do I do have this. Yes. Okay. No, just double checking. We're good. That's everything. And just very quickly, it turns out that I do have this marked on the compass. We're going to remove it.
So, sounds like things went well enough in Muspelheim.
I mean, probably. Surtur didn't want Samara involved. So instead of them combining to form the Ragnarok beast, we did a workaround that left her out of it.
Well, hopefully he still shows up at Ragnarok to plunge his sword into the heart of Asgard.
And where is that exactly?
Only Surtur knows.
Okay, ready when you are. All the armies are probably gathered in their home realms, waiting for when we blow Gjallarhorn. Guess I was kind of hoping to see some of them here.
When all the realm towers open at once, we'll see plenty, lad. Odin won't believe what's coming for him.
No. Odin had lifetimes to prepare for this. Whatever Groa's deception, he heard the truth as Tyr. Do not underestimate him.
Rousing speech, brother. Very inspirational.
Wow, the Valkyries look different.
Welcome back. Hildisfini informed me of your success. We've been planning accordingly.
Well, what would Ragnarok be without Ragnarok?
Who else agreed to join us? I see the Valkyries.
Better than that. They are reborn. Corporeal and uncorrupted, thanks to no small amount of Vanir magic. They're shield maidens now.
Nice.
And your brother?
He came through. The elves called a truce to unite against Asgard. That gives us an advantage by air, and with Hel's army for a vanguard.
What about Sindri? Will the dwarves fight?
We haven't heard from him. But there's time yet. And I think we have what we need to clear a path for the Ragnarok beast.
Well, when you say it like that, why worry at all? Sigrun! It's good to see you so... alive.
Oh, yes. I wasn't myself when last we met. I'm glad you're safe. My queen, the Shield Maidens will be divided among the forces breaching from Alfheim, Helheim, and here in Midgard. We stand ready. Kratos, Atreus, Mimir, please excuse me.
Oh. Good night, then.
Freya, have you determined our path out of Asgard?
If the towers are the way in, we count on them being the way out.
And if they are not?
Then we all know what we signed up for. Our plan is only missing one thing. A leader.
That honor is yours. You have a righteous claim, and the respect of your troops. And you have faced this enemy before.
I held his invading army to a stalemate. This is our invasion, a siege on his terrain. I want our most experienced wartime general in the field. I don't care about the honors, I don't care about the prophecies and champions. I just need us to win.
Freya.
I know what I'm asking. Just sleep on it. Here we are. Kratos, your tent is to the right, and Atreus, yours is to the left.
Mine?
A young warrior needs his own space, don't you think?
I do. Wow. Thanks.
Sleep on what we spoke of. Let me know in the morning what you decide.
I didn't see anyone to talk to on the way in. I think that we just go to bed.
Come join us.
Well,
See.
hold on.
I miss anything?
I was just telling him about the time I asked you to play damsel in distress. Okay. Then, when she had them distracted, I jumped in, heroic, and together we took them all down. There must have been 100. I don't know, maybe more.
Spare us your gloating.
Does it really bother you that some of my ideas actually work?
No, but I do envy you.
In what realm? Spare me the patronizing.
I've calculated every risk I've ever taken, tried to mitigate all the ways it could go wrong, and still, it all falls apart. You just throw yourself into situations in harm's way, and somehow it always works out for you. You always end up all right with that stupid grin.
I'd argue my trip to Asgard didn't go quite so well.
Yes, there are some lessons to be learned by planning, and others by learning to adapt. That's why you choose such a great team.
I'd argue it's because we had such a lousy old man.
Son, it's true Njord was not much of a father, but he's the reason we were able to be a family.
Yeah, funny you should be so hard on him, Freya, since you inherited his wanderlust, especially in times of importance.
That's not true. I had good reason for leaving those times. Tell her.
I have missed this.
And it may go on. That might have been the end, or that might go on for quite some time. I just heard some conversation, figured we'd check in on the team.
Excuse me. May I have a moment with Mimir? I don't know what tomorrow brings, but if tonight is our last night, I'd like to spend it feeling something besides hate. Will you tell me one last silly story?
There's nothing I'd like more, except perhaps a dance. Though I may have lost a step. Due respect, love, I don't tell silly stories.
You only tell silly stories, Mimir.
I can never argue with you.
Can I sleep here tonight?
You must quiet your mind.
I can't.
Then I will tell you a story.
If I fall asleep, promise you'll finish it tomorrow?
Of course. Now, close your eyes. There was an old man who chopped wood for his village. Every evening he bore the logs on his back and delivered them to his people. But the logs were heavy, and he grew weaker as time went. And one day, he threw down the logs as he could no longer bear their weight. And he called for death to come to him. And when death arrived,
He's the only one who ever got my highbrow sense of humor. Damn fine woman she was. Apart from her taste in men, of course.
She was a special woman. She wanted to protect people.
She was here. She saw every step we took before we took it. Like she was always with us. Watching over us. Leading us home.
Does my request upset you? Death is a natural part of life, my love. I wish only to be prepared for when my time comes. We mortals must do such things. I am glad to have you prepare with me. You are quiet.
I have nothing to say.
Well, say something. I enjoy hearing your voice.
A funeral pyre. I would have chosen different.
Oh?
In my land, we entomb our loved ones.
You would have me trapped in the ground for eternity.
I would have you close to me.
How touching. My rotting corpse would bring you such comfort. You once tried to take charge of your ending, did you know?
That was different.
Circumstance, yes. But not on purpose.
You prepare for a distant future. There is much time ahead of us.
I wish to better a future that will exist without me, whenever that day comes. For you, and for our son. We will always walk together, Kratos. You will always be a part of me. I will always be a part of you.
And when you are gone, that part of me dies as well. To feel your absence.
Culmination of love is grief. And yet we love, despite the inevitable. We open our hearts to it. When the pyre is spent, and you have gathered my ashes, spread them from the highest peak in all the realms. You will do this for me. To grieve deeply is to have loved fully. Open your heart to the world as you have opened it to me, and you will find every reason to keep living in it.
What's going on?
It is time.
I'll meet you outside, Father. Sir.
to fly into battle with you one more time, my queen.
Me too. But not as your queen. As sisters. Are you ready?
Yes. I will be your general.
It will be an honor to fight alongside you, General.
Aye, brother. I'll be right by your side. So, what are your orders?
To the temple.
This game really weighs like 1,000,000 pounds sometimes.
Hey, General Kratos! I got something you're gonna want before you go to war.
A second resurrection stone? Because I've got big pockets.
Hey there, I, made some armor for storming Asgard and whatnot. I thought you could make use of it.
Indeed.
Okay, is that this? Probably. Fatebreaker shoulder guard. Like, if she says this is good for this task, I'm inclined to get it. Yeah, no, it's free. We have 175,000 hack silver, and this is 0. So, armor for the end times, handcrafted with love by Ludna. I hope it matches. No, it doesn't really. It kind of does. I was going to say, I like that his current armor kind of matches the color scheme that everybody else decided to put on this morning. But this is also kind of red. After returning from rage, get a brief buff to strength, defense, runic, and stagger resistance. Let's get it, because it's $0, and then we'll see if we can upgrade it. And then if we don't like it, then I won't use it.
Yeah, big softy, you can thank me after, if we all come through the other end of this thing.
I will.
Well, we definitely want to upgrade it as far as we can.
Better get that armor nice and bloody.
Okay, and then we would need Smoldering Embers, so we're out of that. Let's look at this. Fatebreaker Wraps. Increases the rate at which rage is gained. Yes, please.
It fits.
I like the sound of that very much. And yeah, so we still need 1 tempered... And we'll check to see if she sells that now, because who knows, maybe she's restocked.
Better get that armor nice and bloody.
Oh, and we can get this up to level 9. Well, we had the last one up to level 9 as well.
Woohoo! Looking good.
It fits.
So, just to compare, same defense. Our other set had runic and luck. This has vitality and luck. Oh, but the Lost Belt had a lot more luck. Still, this one has a lot of vitality, so we'll call that a victory. This is going to be kind of a bummer that we're losing some strength on this, but we're going to use this set. This seems story appropriate. It's like sending the Avengers into Endgame just wearing their civilian clothes. Like, we want him to be dressed appropriately. And then I still don't know what it's starring here.
Good luck out there, General.
Sorry, I was specifically going to see if she sold crafting materials that we need. No, okay.
You can admit you just came to see me.
Actually, I came to see your awesome dog there.
General.
Sir?
General?
General?
Sir.
Hey, bud. General.
I came to these lands escape my past. To start a new life. I can hide no longer. I do not want this war. We have suffered enough. Prophecy did not lead us here, nor will it win this battle. Wars are won by those that are willing to sacrifice everything. If that is the cost of vengeance, so be it.
Odin has taken so much from us already. The realms have suffered enough. No matter the cost. This ends today.
If going out in a blaze of glory means that Odin burns too, that's where I'll be. A big, fat smile on my face.
For Brock.
Ready yourselves.
Muspelheim Tower is fallen.
And if Odin goes after Niflheim next,
They're trying to shut out Ragnarok.
we gotta stop those war machines.
Not an ideal start.
Wait.
Ingrid, we don't have time.
I know. Just wait.
Ingrid!
Well, we got work to do.
You three, follow. Atreus. Freya, with me. Watch our flanks. To the war machines.
This way!
I felt that one, brother.
Push forward. Keep moving.
Anything else? All right. At least we have to kill a couple guys before I get instantly killed.
So good.
There's still time. We have to. No!
I'm sorry. Was there? No.
Angerboda! I knew you'd show up!
Active leader! Incoming!
What's our next plan, brother?
We have no other plan. Our focus remains on the war machines.
We should head for the flaw behind the Asgard Tower. Without Ragnarok, it's our only chance to break through the wall.
Princess Flaw! You said only Saturn knew how to use it.
Let's say I was wrong.
That was a new one. We've never seen that execution before.
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
Right side, incoming!
Oh, this is bad for me.
The war machines. We use them to breach the flaw and strike the city with our allies.
Sounds desperate.
Good. Desperation is our advantage.
Would have preferred a realm-destroying fire giant, but I suppose desperation is better than nothing.
Oh, God.
Got him!
What am I doing now? Oh, no. Oh, I honestly thought there was a dude coming there.
Was that?
It was. Odin's new Valkyrie is not. This complicates things.
I would think so.
Then we must hurry.
Look out!
Careful, brother. You're covered in Bifrost.
Oh, balls! No!
Right leg!
This is gonna hurt me a lot.
Left side, brother.
And hopefully this will hurt them a lot. Not that way.
Behind you, watch out!
Okay, let's pick up any health that we can.
This way!
Up here.
Anything else? Yep. Okay.
Jormungandr!
A welcome sight, but he didn't follow us from Midgard. Curious. He'll keep Thor busy at least.
Focus up.
What is happening?
Careful, brother! You're covered in Bifrost! Use a shield strike, brother!
I need to resume using her arrows a lot more than I do. I think this is forward? Is it not? Hold on, did I take a wrong turn? Oh, I'm so sorry. That's where Big Snake was. If I ever talk to him again, I will remember what his name is in advance. I don't think he wants to be called Big Snake.
No! Damn it!
Keep moving!
At least that army is already dead!
We're getting nowhere! The Einherjar return from Valhalla as quickly as we kill them!
It's still gotta hurt, though. Ow.
The Alpha!
Oh, I honestly thought she was dead, unless that's Freya. Nope. Oh, here.
There goes the Alpine reinforcements!
We are running out of armies.
Man, I really feel like I'm on the periphery of all this.
Looks like the Giants made it after all.
Snake looks different.
He is different. But when I was away, never mind, later.
The Einherjar's link to Valhalla. My sisters and I must sever it.
Go.
Still no sign of the dwarves.
Sindri won't let us down. We have to trust him.
Rally all you can. We will make for this Svalbard tower.
So what's the plan? How are we gonna breach the wall without Ragnarok?
The war machine.
Oh, so we're pretty desperate, huh?
Careful, brother! You're covered in Bifrost!
Shit!
We have to destroy the shield!
Dodge! Dodge!
Why does he kill it?
Guys, watch out!
Fuck!
Behind!
Okay, I think I stopped the rider from healing it anymore.
Behind you! Incoming! Dragon! Incoming! Damn it! Ragnarok is supposed to be here! Why isn't he here?
I don't like that. No! Oh, he has a double swipe. Okay, that is bad. I blocked the first fire and then not the second.
There! That pillar is standing on the fleet! No! That Valkyrie followed them through the realm tear!
Your friend,
You'll be fine! We got more important things to worry about! Even if we can breach the wall!
Perhaps it is better this way.
Better for who?
I don't know. Fenrir seems to be having a great time. Eating well today.
The dwarves are here! Way to go, Sindri! It's just Sindri!
I know, I'm late.
Where is your army?
No more dwarves are dying for this.
Sin,
Save it! Odin forced them to build those war machines. And I'm here to tear them down.
Before you put them, we must turn them on the floor.
Fine. Leave it to the dwarves to clean up after the giants.
What is this? What? Hi, what the
You're
fuck?
covered in Bifrost.
Oh, I really tried to do the shield block. Shield back, whatever.
By bloody time he showed up.
Now what?
You don't get to use us anymore. More or less what you wanted.
I didn't want this. No. Close your heart to it. Close your heart.
Who are they?
Midgardians. Odin took them in. They shouldn't be here. They're not soldiers.
Odin put them in our path to die.
It's war. Wars are won by those who are willing to sacrifice everything. What are you doing?
Son, listen closely. You feel their pain because that is who you are. And you must never sacrifice that. Never. Not for anyone. I was wrong, Atreus. I was wrong. Open your heart. Open your heart to their suffering. That is your mother's wish. And mine as well. Today, son. Today, we will be better.
But what can we do?
See the size of that thing? I think we're gonna win. I mean, if they don't kill us first.
Why have you stopped? Ragnarok is here. We finally have Odin right where we...
We will stop Odin. But we did not come to sacrifice the innocent. We will breach the wall at Hrimthor's Flaw.
With what army?
Atreus and I will be enough.
That's suicide.
It may be. But we will die seeking justice, not vengeance. Can that weapon break open the Flaw?
Only one way to find out.
You three, get those people to safety wherever you can find it.
We will see it done.
Freya and I will do what we can to slow Ragnarok.
He was not mindless before. See if he will listen to reason. Odin will not get away.
If he does, so help me.
I know.
Valky!
No! No! Protect him! I will help those that are trapped. And meet you at the Flaw. Go! Go, Atreus!
Sindri, be careful and stay behind me!
You be careful. I'm here to fight.
Oh!
Can I just say?
No, you can't. Shut up and fight.
Really just aiming at a health bar over there. Okay.
Turn for three! Yapma!
I don't like my odds here. Oh, God! And of course, that was the last hit. Wait, that's Sindri. Who's yelling at me? Okay, we're going forward this way.
Sindri! Can't let it control me.
I'm so afraid. As the lower half of that man disintegrates.
What? You want to thank you?
No, I just want...
I don't care what you want. This changes nothing.
You really had me believing you that we didn't have to be enemies.
Dude, you're okay.
My mom was right about you all along. You're a killer just like your father, and you're here to kill us all.
No, just Odin. Sindri, go! She's a friend.
friends don't bring the end of the world to each other's doorstep, Loki!
You're right. You're right. I made some bad decisions.
You do that a lot. I'm not sure that's a defense.
It's not a defense. I just want to make it right. Is Skilder okay? Have you seen him?
Why wouldn't he be? What are you talking about?
Odin is willing to sacrifice the Midgardians. He put them along the wall to try and deter us, knowing they can't fight. Their deaths are just meant to slow us down.
Why would he do that? And how am I supposed to believe you?
Because he's right. It's who Odin is. It's who he's always been.
Mom, why are you here? What?
He'll sacrifice anyone that had a problem in front of him. The Midgardians. Your friend. Our family, any of us. I had hoped that your father would stand up to him, but now it has to be you.
Mom, what are you saying?
I never doubted that you would make the finest Valkyrie these realms have ever seen. But not for him. Do you understand?
But our family.
Without Odin, we can be one again. A real one. What he's doing is wrong.
He said if we held our ground, we'd be safe. He said we owed him.
You don't owe him your death.
No shit.
Dad will never let them get their grandfather.
Then go with him. He'll listen to you. Are you ready to go find the rest of your people?
Yeah.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too.
Finally. Shoot it.
Go.
Well done, son. Well done.
As far as I know, Kratos has no idea who that is. Have they? I legitimately don't think that they've ever met.
Who was the girl?
Hi! Through Thor's daughter!
Thor's daughter?
She's my friend!
Okay, introduction's done. Got it.
Another anchor yard! To the left!
You fight well.
My dad taught me!
That much is clear.
Yeah, well, thanks. Sorry, he's not...
I know.
Right side!
Look Come on, Loki, try to keep up!
I missed it.
Where'd it go?
What's going on? I thought Ragnarok was supposed to help us.
The creature is not whole. What remains is incomplete. It cannot fulfill its purpose.
Careful, brother. You're covered in bifrost.
Oh, God, he just powered right through that. I did not come out of that with enough health.
Ratatosker!
Thank you, Ratatosker.
Wait! Where'd Sindri go?
He has done his part. The rest is on us.
Look out!
Behind you, father!
I would really, really like to use this rock.
Come on, Loki, try to keep up!
Man, I use a chunk of rage hoping to recover health and only accomplish the first of those goals.
Watch out!
God fucking damn it! Every time!
Look out! Look out!
I'll take the block over the bite. I mean, even if I don't get the parry. As soon as he came on screen, I was like, he's gonna grab me and throw me. And I try to dodge, and I still fail at it. If Odin brings one griffin, this whole operation fails. Or wyvern, whatever they're called.
Going him.
The wyvern shows up on screen, announces his presence, points directly at Kratos and say, "You know what's coming, sir," and then he just does it, and there's nothing I can do about it.
You want some of this?
Oh, well done, Thrud. I wasn't even paying attention over there.
it, brother!
I know!
I probably should have checked better for health stones up there.
The Great Lodge. It's where we gotta go.
Yeah. You didn't want to listen? That may not be our biggest problem right now.
Get back to your sister. You must hold back Ragnarok. This fight is mine.
But if I could just...
Take Atreus and the mask and do not look back. My son trusts you, so I trust you.
Get away from her!
Dad, wait!
I am done with you and your son! No more fucking games! And this time, I'm allowed to kill you.
We do not need to do this!
We do! It's what we are! What won't be enough? I can take it! And you!
Oh, that was too early of a dodge?
That it?
Thor! The lad seems to think you've changed! Prove it and stop them!
Talking over! Wait and die!
What the All-Father made you! You can choose to...
I feel like I haven't seen that, at least not in a while.
Fight me!
Go for yourself for once! Your family's falling apart!
Enough! Don't act like you know! You attack my daughter! No!
No, I'm not close enough!
To my home! To my family!
Nasty hit! You alright, brother?
If this is the end, you'll die first! Then your kid!
Really bad at dodging that lightning throw. No, I can't quite figure out the timing of his, like, air throw.
You attack my daughter! No! I did not! You bring this to my home! To my family!
Crap. Stop. Really need you to stop.
If this is the end, you'll die first! Then you're king!
Oh, I felt that one,
buddy. There's clearly a trick to that, but I can't figure it.
One of us dies again! Still won't be me!
Thor! It didn't want through!
Keep her name out of your damn mouth! Everything was fine before Loki showed up! He almost convinced me!
Oh, shit.
I've been believing things could change! Thor, listen to me! You have nothing I want to hear! Odin does not have... Shut the fuck up!
No! No, don't! I needed just a little more rage to do a punch barrage, and I tried to use the token to get it, and I just was inside the red circle.
Thor! This isn't what through, but keep her name out of your damn mouth! Everything was fine before Loki showed up! He almost convinced me!
Stop. Nope.
I've been believing things could change! Thor, listen to me! You have nothing I want to hear! Odin does not have... Shut the fuck up!
I know, I really need to hit him.
fuck are you waiting for? Your daughter. My son calls her friend. If you try to hurt her... I would not. Don't you know what I've done? Yes! But what will you do now? We don't change. We are destroyers. No more. No more. For the sake of our children, we must be better.
Why isn't he dead? Are you talking? Who told you to do that? You don't talk! You don't think! I think, you kill! It's a simple fucking concept!
Sif was right about you. I just didn't want to see it.
What is this? Are you broken? I am your father. Take the hammer and kill who I tell you to kill!
No.
I didn't want this. I did not want this. Dude, this was all their fault. They've done this to us, to our family. Looks like I gotta do everything around here.
Good start.
Rude's gonna be fine. I saved her. And Thor. That one's on you. You turned him against me. You turned them all against me. He's right. Odin, please! You can stop this! You can stop this! Just give me my map!
Sure! Trust you! Sounds like a great idea!
Let's go!
What's your left?
Let's go! Fire! Let's go! He's right! Let's go! Let's go!
Can't dodge.
And you just can't help yourself, can you?
Use your shield if you're not gonna use it!
All you are. It's all you'll ever be.
This way. Anyway! I don't know how to not get hit by that yet. once again, so I'm just gonna try to block. I don't know. He fills the entire arena. It looks like maybe I have to run at him and then get on the other side of him for that big purple attack.
Oh, no. Right side, brother! I won't let it end this way. Blasting Saga! This is not how it ends.
All right, so this one.
I don't believe this.
Don't let up. Don't let him teleport away. I almost had his stun bar up, but when he flew. This way, this way, this way! Back this way.
Leg shot! Hold up! Was this everything you hoped for? Was your plan really all that much better than mine? I hope you got exactly what you want.
Not quite yet. Think you're the only one who can craft a binding spell? I spent many long winters thinking about what I would say to you as I watched you take your last breath. But now, I realize there's only one thing I need you to know. You have no hold on me anymore.
That's my Freya. I forgot how good you look with wings.
Oh, husband. You always sought knowledge well. Now, I'm going to teach you what it's like to lose everything. Bow to your queen!
I always loved you, you know.
You've never loved anyone!
We don't talk.
Father? Freya? You did it, Loki. No. No more fighting. No. None of that matters now. This is your moment, Loki. Groa tried to hide you from me, but this is your destiny. Champion of the Jotnar. Only he can put on the mask. Only he can gaze into the truth of creation. Unfold the secrets of life and death. No more doubt, no more confusion. You were born for this. Put on the mask, Loki. Ask it the question.
This is your choice, son. I trust you.
Why did you do that? What was it all for? You choose to be nothing! So be it.
Attack!
You've waited a long time for this, haven't you, Freya? So have I!
Too late for that!
Fly!
I don't know what that means. I probably want to throw something at that.
Try to talk you! I know some way you can shove this! Blitzing Sparrow!
Your arrows!
Okay, arrows work well.
Your arrows! Got it! 3 against 1, eh? Don't forget me, old fucker! What did you call me? That one's for broth! Diva!
Oh, this seems bad.
Or arrow.
I got it!
Let's go!
No, I need something I can throw. Oh shit!
You don't get it! No! You've ruined everything! Everything I've worked for! Everything I've killed for! I just wanted answers!
No, I wanted. Oh, I backed up when I didn't mean to.
Frank! That's Oscar! If you just played your part, none of this would have happened. What was it all for?
Use your arrow.
Answer me, Loki! What's it all for?
No, I need help. I need all the help.
Speed up!
Use your arrow.
Got it!
Viva! Life drop!
Oh,
You and your little vines.
Shit! Oh, that's way too much fire.
Use your arrow.
Got it!
Oh, I went to see if Ragnarok was going to be available.
You've ruined everything! Everything I've worked for! Everything I've killed for! I just wanted answers!
You and your little vines.
Oh. I misunderstood where he was.
Your arrow.
Got it, Oscar! You? Again?
Us again. I don't want to be here.
Use your arrows!
I got it!
If you just played your part, none of this would have happened. What's it all for? Answer me, Loki! What's it all for? Behind you! You use these on our son too?
Oh, I am. All of the health is gone. I don't like this. Really trying not to die. Nope.
This was our chance, Loki. I could have had my answers. I could have learned the truth. You took that away from me. I could have made things better. We could have made the 9 realms better.
This was never about the realms, or me. It was about you.
You destroyed everything. My home, my family, my kingdom.
You did those things. Your choices. You killed your own son.
It wasn't my choice. I had no choice.
There's always a choice. You have to stop. You can choose to be better.
No, I can't. I have to know what happens next. I will never stop.
Why'd you have to say that? Sofna. Apfra. Desu. Sofna. Hithan. Sofna. 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 What do we do with him?
I swore I would never rob from you the choice between life and death.
I have waited so long for this moment. And now that I'm here, I don't need this to make me whole.
We stopped his madness. That's all that matters.
That's what comes next.
It's Ragnarok.
He's here.
Time to go. Go where exactly?
Need an exit?
How?
It's giant stuff. Okay, follow me, quickly.
What? You have to go.
Freya! It's time.
Don't be afraid. No matter what happens, I'll be with you. But your path is your own. Follow it, and you'll end up right where you're supposed to be.
Huh?
There he is. Wake up, Atreus. Wake up. Glad you've come back to us.
Hi. Where's my father?
Somewhere here in the Holt. He'll be glad to see you.
Thanks, Hare.
So I'll definitely want to circle back to the fate of that marble, but strong approve of everything we just saw.
Mom, stop it. I'm fine.
Hush. Thrud,
Loki!
I'm so glad you're both alive. You have no idea, and I'm sorry. Thor. He tried, you know? I'm sorry I couldn't do more. Nothing will fix what you're feeling. But I hope there's some comfort in knowing Odin's gone.
There absolutely is.
Loki, it was an honor to fight alongside a giant. Know that.
Will you stay here in Midgard?
For a bit? Then I've got something I need to find.
I'm working with Hildisvini to get the rest of the Asgardians to Vanaheim. To help rebuild.
Then I hope it can be a fresh start for them. And you. Oh, and Thrud. I hope you find what you're looking for. Good luck.
See ya, Loki.
Take care.
So let's spend 0 minutes on this, but...
Were either of your weapons damaged in the battle?
I think they're fine. Maybe a couple nicks here and there.
Well, we can have them looked at later.
We might not need to.
On the right, we've got an animal. What is this on the
Shield
left?
Maiden needs all her tools in working order. That Sigrun would probably chew you out if they were dull.
Oh, she would she?
I feel like that's a stone that maybe they put there to like absorb and reflect the heat, like a hot rock on that side to help cook it more evenly, but I have no idea. There's probably a whole technique to cooking well on the above the fire. What is happening?
Huh. Lugan made it out. Good for him.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, and if you could get this wood over to Brana's tent...
Skilder?
Loki! Hey! Glad to see the head injury didn't make you forget me. did you have a head injury? Everything was a blur. Maybe that was someone else. Anyway, man, I'm really glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you too. Looks like you're keeping busy.
I'm just happy to help folks. We're on track to have bedrolls for everyone, and your friend's wolves have been helping out with hunting. We should have plenty to feed everyone.
No shit.
No shit? And hey, thank you for everything. We wouldn't even be here without you and your friends.
Yeah, of course. I just wish we could have gotten more people out.
Loki, you did good.
Thanks, Skilder. Take care, okay?
Hey, you know me.
If there was a multiple choice question at the end of this game, and there were only two choices as to what that guy's name was, I would still get it wrong. And it's not like it's one of those, he's one of those people that's clearly important to Loki. And I do know him. Like, I remember meeting him and stuff. It's just I don't remember his name ever.
There he is. And one for the kid, too. Skull!
Here, here. Skull. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. And Freya's sacrifice.
It's true.
Well, we were just swapping our own Freya fables.
Right. So where was I? Oh. When we met, I was expecting this warrior. This master planner, a born leader. The legend came before the man. But the man himself was very different. He won me over, though. He was just so damn kind.
I think it helped that he was handsome.
This is true. And incredibly charming.
All right, stop. Y'all are gonna make me start crying all over again.
Sorry. Gotta go find my father.
Be safe, you.
I want to pet this dog that is not available to us.
Y'all remember that time old Ski Floss near caught on fire?
If I remember correctly, it was you who lit it on fire in the first
I'm pleased to see you awake.
Freya.
It was his choice. I couldn't take that from him.
He saved us all. I'll never forget that.
The family I thought I had was taken from me piece by piece. But there's comfort in the family I've chosen. Your mother was right, you know. You grew into that bow after all. You are a formidable warrior, but even more than that, you have a good heart. Nothing you've endured has changed that. I'm so proud of the man you've become, Atreus.
Thank you. For everything. I should find my father.
You should.
Oh, just hold on. The fact that she just gave back the arrowhead that he used to kill her son as a gesture of respect for the warrior that he's become,
I
that is...
appreciate the concern, but I wish to be alone right now.
That's an incredibly powerful thing. Like, I really want to highlight what she just gave him. That's a big deal.
Atreus! Oh, you gave us quite a scare there.
Glad to see you too, Mimir. Listen, I want to thank you.
Oh, what else did you expect from the smartest man alive?
It's not just because you're smart. You listened to me, mentored me, and, well, you're basically another dad to me.
Lad.
No, I need you to hear it. I appreciate you so much.
I love you too, little brother.
See you, Mimir.
It's good to see you about, Atreus.
You too, Hildisvini.
Another person who, like, I know who this is, but I would not be able to remember his name. Already, the kid that we talked to before, right out of my mind. See, that's the thing. I'd have to talk to that dude. He'd have to be like a main character. And then eventually I'd get it. Also, just...
No loud noises. We're okay. You did so good today, boy. I'm so proud of you. Maybe later, we can find some treats.
Okay. My turn.
Who's that, huh? Yeah, we know him.
Maybe one of these days I'll surprise you.
Oh? You already have.
hands. Thank you for saving us.
I decided it would be better if I wrote the ending myself. You haven't told your father yet, have you?
Told him about what?
Come on. Giant visions? I already saw it. I get it.
Every part of me is telling me this is what I have to do. I just don't know how to say it.
Come with me. I've got something I want to show you. Both of you.
I do not wish to intrude.
This is for you too.
Atreus, I am glad you are well.
I'm glad you are too.
So we're all caught up then.
What was the end of the story?
What?
Before Ragnarok. You promised to finish it if I fell asleep.
When death arrived, he asked why the old man had called for him. Seeing death before him caused the old man to reconsider his request. After a moment, he asked that death help him lift the logs onto his back, so that he may continue on his journey.
He wasn't ready to die.
He wished to keep living.
There's a lot of smoke out there.
Seems when Asgard fell, pieces of it landed all over the realms. There might still be some Einherjar near them, but that's not what I brought you here to see.
Mother? My shrine in Jotunheim. She destroyed it. She didn't want us to know our fate.
We forged our own path because of her.
She went against her own people. Our people. To protect you. They don't all open. I'm sorry.
Father, I need to talk to you about something. There are other giants out there, and I've got to find them. I think I know where to look, but they're my responsibility. I need to do this alone. I don't want to do it alone, but I need to. It's hard to explain.
Does it frighten you?
Yeah.
That is why you must do it.
Like you taught me. Yeah.
We survived today because of your choices. Who to trust, who to call friend. Son, you are ready.
Remember our promise.
Loki will go. Atreus. Atreus remains.
Take care of everyone.
What did you see in there, brother?
A path. One I had never imagined.
And what now?
There is much to do. Much to rebuild.
We'll see to it. Together.
I feel like these are going to be extremely difficult credits to talk over. Can we get a nice view of the valley? Or for all I know, there's something more down here. Oh, okay. Let's go down here just in case. Normally, like, we talk through over the credits because they scroll.
Freya, we should probably talk about Gná.
We don't need to talk about her. We just need to find her.
But Odin chose her as his new Valkyrie queen. A Vanir goddess, your friend.
Gná pledged loyalty to Asgard long ago, and our friendship ended soon after.
What happened?
I made a choice. One she couldn't accept. Kratos. She hates me. She will be a problem for us. Better we find her than she finds us.
And another one for the big boy himself. Skull!
Skull!
One thing that's important to me is I'd like to have the credits play in full, however it is that they've decided to present them. A lot of people worked on this for probably a lot of years, and the way the game industry works, maybe people that don't appear in the credits also did, but I don't know that about this studio or how this game was made. But the point is, this is a collaborative effort from a very large amount of people.
Families will stay together.
Make sure they get their moment in the sun.
Take care, Kratos.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And we'll bring all the supplies we can, although it won't be much.
Don't worry about it. Anyone who's able can head out for extra supplies. Aesir and Vanir.
Together.
All right, and I think this is where we started with Kratos. Oh, can I talk to...
Lady Freya. Mimir. My lady.
Shield maidens.
Blessed Thor. Have you found the traitor Gná yet, dear Freya?
Not yet. Soon.
One final word. We wish to offer condolences.
What for?
For your family. Your brother.
We didn't mean to pry, sister.
It was a lifetime ago. Memories in ruins. I'm surprised there was anything left.
I just wish you had told me. I would have understood.
What's done is done, dear Mimir. I appreciate your kind words.
Now, I kind of assume this is out, and I don't want to go out. I want to let the credits roll. So I'm going to make the maybe unpopular choice. I'd like to go back up to the precipice. I feel like now we've had the conversations that we were meant to. So, I love this game. I really, really enjoyed it, especially here at the end. Some of these moments between Kratos and Atreus have been so powerful and so well acted. I was really hoping to see the full name of the actor that plays Atreus in here. I know it's Sonny somebody, but I'm not, even if it was up, I feel like I'm not 100% sure on how to pronounce their last name, his last name. Just how good they are. Can I share that in the very first scene right at the very beginning, when Atreus shows up, and he's not like a little kid anymore, because obviously it's a few years later and he's grown up, and I was like, oh man, because like I liked Atreus, and now who's this young man that I've got to get to know. But he's so good, and like the speed with which he grew on me as a character, as an actor, and his relationship between between Atreus and Kratos was so well executed throughout the entire game. And I brought it up earlier, the way that Atreus would communicate with Mimir, with Kratos, with Sindri, that he was a very smart, sharp kid. He was, he did lose his temper on a couple of occasions. We talked about that at the time. But on the whole, he was a very sensible, very thoughtful, very strategically minded young man. And it just reflected really well on him throughout the entire story. You do have to accept that at one point he turns into a bear and knocks Sindri down, and like Sindri's all like wrapped up with like a bandage around his head and stuff. And the fact that it really didn't get a lot of play between them, at least at the time, was like, man, is that really how you treat your friend? And unfortunately, yes, it was. And Sindri does call that out later in that scene where Atreus and Kratos go to see him after the death of Brock, and Sindri completely calls him out. I've given you everything. I gave you my home, I gave you my expertise, my materials, my weapons, my friendship, my guidance, and it was never enough. And you just kept taking and taking and taking, because there was never any us. It was always you. It was powerful because it was true. That was the relationship that they had. And it just, Sindri was always played up a little bit as the comic relief. He was very fastidious, very clean oriented, very worried about, like, some might call him like a germaphobe, and that all goes out the window. Believe me, I notice after the death of Brock that he's bedraggled, he's filthy, he like all of that, nothing matters after his brother is gone. And it really does a great job of showing, not telling, like, nobody ever brings it up, the fact that he's bloody and he's grimy, just doesn't give a shit anymore. Sonny Suljic says Platform Platypus. Hopefully I'm close to pronouncing this. It might be Suljic because of the J. I don't know. But it was... He did so well. He did so well. And all of the voice actors in the entire thing. I really need to give a shout out to the actor that played Thor and the actor that played Odin, because those can't have been easy roles to cast or easy roles to perform, given the fact that we do live in the era of the MCU, and there might have been sort of like a, wait, is that what they're looking for? And it absolutely was not. They took those characters in their own very God of War direction, and the direction they took them in was Thor as a beaten down, miserable, snide, like brutal, but not in a really sadistic way or anything like that. Just someone who sees nothing left of worth in himself at all after multiple lifetimes worth of being beaten down and mocked and denigrated by Odin. And then you meet Odin, who is frankly so likable. He is very charismatic, and it was interesting that he's a super bad dude. Like, his reputation is earned. There's simply too many people that have suffered at his hands, and yet the man himself, I found it incredibly easy immediately to understand why people follow him, why people want to earn his trust, why people want to feel like they deserve the attention that he gives to them. He was so well played. We talked about it in the previous episode, but his whole ruse to pretend to be Tyr was so well done. I talked about it at the time, and I called Tyr like a big lump, but I want to say, for clarity, I wasn't thinking that at the time. What I was thinking, just for clarity, was that Tyr would be eventually roused from his pacifism, that he would see what was happening and realize that he did have to take up his spear. He was going to rise to the occasion, just as Kratos had. Like, I fully thought that that was his arc. That remains an incredibly effective story arc, because Odin as Tyr refused to play into that arc and never gave the others in the party any hope that he was ever going to be anything other than a mouth to feed. It's just, as ruses go, he was the one that you would never expect. He sat there, he watched, he listened, he collected information, and he gave them nothing in return, and it was super well done. Yeah, as Jab says, Thor was a mean drunk, and apparently he had stopped drinking for a while, but then we saw that scene between Thrud and him when they found him at the Black Thunder Tavern or Inn or whatever you'd want to call it. It's just... And I said this at the time as well. The fact that Atreus enters Asgard and there's all of these family dynamics that are already going on. And I guess I should be clear about all of these. What we really get is the relationship between Heimdall and Odin, and then Odin and Thor, and then Thor, Lady Sif, and Thrud. But even just that, which is a very manageable web of relationships, you definitely get the sense they did a really good job of this, of establishing this is not a place that just started to exist 5 minutes ago. It's not just a bunch of, oh, hey, let's catch you all up on what's happening. Loki gets to piece together through observation, eavesdropping, what all is going on. And I'm going to say, I really now want to go back and listen to some of the things that Sif was saying to Thor and that Sif was saying to Loki, because now in retrospect, I think that a lot of her dialogue might have a very different meaning, that she was very, very anti-Odin, whereas I interpreted a lot of her being like, man, I'm married to just a huge loser, and you have to stand up to your father. Just like that she wasn't... I think that in the balance, she was much more encouraging than I took her at the time, and also that it wasn't just about you have to step up to your father to be a better man, to lift yourself up out of this funk that you're in, but because Odin is a horrible sadist who mistreats people all the time, and Asgard deserves a real ruler, and I think that you're the person that can do that. In retrospect, I think that that might have been what she was trying to get at, and unfortunately Thor really was too far gone. Well, I guess at the very end he did sort of turn around, but only after Kratos spared his life. It was only after Kratos didn't kill him that Thor was, like, able to hear that at all. So Jab is asking the writer, director of communication. I'm not sure. It might have been one of the quotes that went by. Is this advancing, by the way? I mean, don't get me wrong. I just want to make sure that everybody gets to appear on the screen. Or do the credits advance automatically as we go forward? Oh, no. Hold on. Do they really? I'm so sorry. I wanted everybody's credit to play. Do we go backwards now? Oh, we do. I'm so sorry. I assumed they were going forward. The credits are location locked. Okay, let's keep going, and then we'll go out that door. My bad, and congratulations to the narrative designers that really got their shout-out. Well-deserved shout-out, I might add. I will say, as long as we're giving the most complete vision of this, among the voice actors, I think that the actor who plays Freya, who's currently right here, she is very clearly an extremely talented voice actor, and especially when Freya was feeling distressed, when she was sad, when she was angry, when she was animated in almost any way, I think that she was aces, and I think that she was just every bit as good as everybody else. Freya specifically has a lot of dialogue where she tends to be like talking or reciting or remembering, and I don't know if it was like the way the lines were written or the direction that she was given. That stuff was not as well executed. And I just don't know why, because you can hear how good she is when she needs to play miserable, anguished, enraged, barely keeping it together. Like she does all of that stuff so well. And then when it's time to just sort of like tell a story about something, it came off very like recite-y. And it just sort of stood out among everybody else. I really hope that doesn't sound like a slam against the actor. Again, maybe it was just like some difficulty with the way the lines were presented or with the director, whatever. And I don't remember feeling that way in the first game. So who knows? But that was like the one thing that sort of came up among the voice cast. Christopher Judge and Sonny Suljic there are phenomenal. Like, it is incredible to me that from such a young age they've picked out this actor in Sonny that can nail it as well as he does, because goddamn. So I'm going to pause here for a moment just to see if anything else comes up, and then we'll go through the door. All right. Ragnarok is over. Oh, we need to talk about Ragnarok. But much remains for Kratos, Freya, and Mimir. Explore the surviving realms to discover the remnants of Asgard. Test your mettle in the crucible of Muspelheim. Seek out the fearsome berserker souls. Complete favors for your friends and allies. Adventure, challenge, and mystery await. Ratatoskr awaits with new Yggdrasil seeds to help travel the realms. All right, we'll see very quickly. Are there any additional credits?
We could take care of any lingering business in the realms.
Or investigate those pieces of Asgard.
Either way, we're with you, brother.
We might take a look at like one, but we have completed the story, and this will be the finale.
Also mentioned there's going to be a get-together to honor Brock's memory at Rab's Tavern in Svartalfheim. I'd like to go.
Oh, no, then we're going to that. Svartalfheim? Well, let's head there. I want to see that. I hope everybody that made the game had an opportunity to have their credits shown. So, there at the end, Odin's soul is pulled from his body because he'll never stop. Loki removes his soul. He puts it into the soul marble. Hold on.
Something is on your mind. What is it?
Freyr's sword. I'm glad he got it back.
Odin stole it?
Not quite. It couldn't be stolen. It had to be given freely. Freyr had it forged in his younger days, imbued with its own motives and passion. For centuries, he swore he would only ever set it down in death or upon meeting the love of his life. Both he and the sword were romantics, you see.
Okay. I feel like I'm still vague then, because he did set the sword down, and Odin had it. So who was the love of his life? I don't remember him hanging out with anybody specific in his camp, but I can be an idiot about that. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention to that. I wasn't sort of charting his romantic
Mimir,
relationship.
There's something I wanted to ask you about. Hildisvini told me about your visit to secure Hel's army, but was reluctant to elaborate when it came to negotiating with Hrassfagr.
No more for now.
Oh,
Focus.
god damn it. I didn't mean to interrupt her. So, they take Odin's soul. Loki hands it to Kratos, who is the general who is leading this whole operation. Kratos hands it over to Freya because he promised to never again take away from her the choice between life and death.
It was Baldur's. He took Atreus, tried to escape with him. We fought on its back.
The things he put you through.
Odin gave the commands. The blame is his.
Okay, really want to take a second to work through this. Freya has found that she's good with it. Like, she's waited all of this and she doesn't need vengeance on Odin in order to be made whole, which, similar to giving away the arrowhead that killed her son, is a very, very powerful statement. Like, remember, we've known Freya over the course of 2 games, but she was suffering being trapped in Midgard, I think it was. I'm just making sure that I have my realms correct. She was suffering being trapped in Midgard for who knows how long, with her son running around being just a complete psychopath, not listening to her, hurting other people, searching for anything that would make him feel anything whatsoever. And she couldn't travel the realms, she couldn't look for a cure, she couldn't even like necessarily follow her son if Baldur went to other realms. She had a lot to be really, really angry at Odin about, and in the balance, she was like, I don't need to smash his soul apart. And then it gets then Sindri takes it. Like, she hands it back to Atreus, and then Sindri takes it and fucking smashes it right on the spot. And yes, when we're working down our list of who should make this decision, I think that Kratos made a very wise choice to hand it over to Freya. Freya said, I don't need this anymore. And then it sort of fell to the next person who had been the most wronged by Odin, at least within that group. And he did what he needed to do. And like I said, I mentioned earlier, strong agree on that. Yeah, Odin is personally responsible for murdering his brother, and to do it effectively because he was being annoyed. Because Brock is probably a fairly competent fighter in his own right. I don't remember, like, this one scene, I think, where he's out in the field and working with Atreus, but neither in the form of Tyr nor in the form of Odin was Brock going to represent any sort of material threat. Odin killed him because he was annoying. He was challenging him. He was talking back to him and not believing his lies, and frankly, being more discerning than anyone in the room, myself included. He wasn't willing to take that bullshit, and he wasn't going to keep quiet about it, so Odin just murdered him because he was sick of it. And that's what Sindri was avenging there. It's a very good thing to avenge.
You spoke of your brother's sword. How did Odin acquire it?
I'll answer this one.
Wait, and I want to hear him answer it, but I also want to be heading towards the thing. We want to go to Brock's wake, which we might actually be passing right now.
Odin disguised himself as the most beautiful person Freya had ever seen.
This separated Freya from his sword.
Oh, with embarrassing speed.
I am glad Freya ultimately retrieved it.
Me too. My little fool.
I guess that answers the question about who was the love of his life. Now, Natsai was asking, and Sindri can teleport. Both he and Brock had shown the ability to teleport around, although they typically did it by walking behind something. It's only in this game that we saw a couple times that they would like blink out. I think Sindri did it both times, but I might be misremembering. That they would sort of like wink out like he did there at the end after smashing the marble. I hope that we get to see Sindri in the next game. I hope he's able to find some sort of peace. I felt very badly for him with what happened, and he really gave a lot away. Aside from that, at the end there, I was thinking during the whole big climax with Odin, and then they take out his soul, and they put it in the marble, and the marble gets smashed, and it's like, well, I guess that's it. And I was thinking right at the time, and also just watching along, well, how is Ragnarok going to feel about this? As in, the guy that they made to come do this. Because his mission here isn't to kill Odin. It's to destroy Asgard. Like, that's his whole thing. And as we heard from Freyr, he was not going to listen to reason and do any other thing. So it was right around that time that the giant Chaos Blade replica came down. And I will say here, Freyr puts up his sword is spinning around, it's clearly blocking or like preventing some of the heat maybe from those blades from flooding the chamber. It did kind of feel like maybe there might have been time for him to join them through the portal, but based on how it went down and that it appeared to have been a noble sacrifice, I'm willing to accept. I guess he needed to hold up that shield so that everybody else would have time to get away, even as it appears that Loki went back, Atreus went back to get his bow, and then turned and knocked into Kratos, and for a few moments it wasn't sure which of them, if either, had made it out. Also, that, like, coda there at the end, the little epilogue that we got, where Kratos found the additional carving, etching, if not for Atreus and Kratos and Mimir sort of talking through what those mean, I assure you I would not be able to figure it out. So there at the end, when Kratos is sort of seeing it, here's what I see. The final panel there is Kratos standing on a pedestal with a bunch of other smaller figures looking up at him, and it appears to me that Kratos had his hand out with his palm up, like he is giving something or seeking forgiveness or receiving forgiveness. He's clearly not in a battle stance, but other than that, I don't know what it means. And then when he says to Freya and Mimir, I saw a path, one that I had never envisioned or I thought was lost. I'm trying to remember his exact phrasing. It makes me wonder, is that to be meant as he finds a life of peace, he finds something good for himself or redemption for his previous actions? That's sort of what it feels like, but I'm guessing, because I don't know how to interpret the imagery there of being up on the pedestal with a bunch of smaller figures around. That might otherwise seem like somebody being worshipped or elevated, and maybe that's what it is, that he's being elevated up to, like, the good afterlife, Valhalla, I think. But anyway, let's go to... Okay, wait a second. They said... Yeah, was that Asgard, the one that we can't go to? Was it Svartalheim? I think it was Svartalheim that he said. And then the question would be where that wake is happening. It's happening... I might turn to chat for this. But they said it was happening at... Like, you would think at the Dwarven City. Oh, probably here, then. Let's go here and see if we hear about a wake. Oh, Maynard was saying to talk to Lunda. Hold on, can I do that, or are we committed to going through? Maybe we can catch up with her on the other side. I really like the way that the characters grew over the course of this game. Let's see if we can find Ludna. I'm sure we don't have to go back and talk to her in the other place. We can find... Yeah, she'll be right over here. At the beginning of the game, the very first thing that we see is Kratos sort of glumly or begrudgingly sharpening arrows. Atreus comes in. Kratos is his typical sort of like grim, grumbly, silent, grunting self, as others have, you know, his wife in particular sort of made fun of him a little bit over the years for not using his words. And
profane alternate lyrics to my ballads.
Oh, hold on.
Absolutely disgusting. But now I wish I could remember some of them.
The paperwork that man created for me. I had to build a chest just for his violations. A big one.
I taught him 20 different ways to cold forge a bolster. Once, he taught me a slightly easier method of wire pulling, and from that day on called me his apprentice.
A true arsehole he was. Gods, I'm gonna miss him.
Hi, y'all made it. Just about to send him off.
I have met many on my travels. You are one of the few I would call friend.
I always thought you were one of the dumbest creatures I'd ever met. Didn't expect you to be the bravest, too.
This world is a darker place for your leaving it.
We're taking him to the Sverd Sands. It's, in the wetlands near the ferry. We'll wait for you there.
all right, we'll go. Yeah, Brock and Sindri, they're voice actors as well. Like, at times, again, they're played sort of for comic relief, but over the course of the game, they grow and are presented so much different. And look at Freya. Remember that when she, at the start of this game, she's a screaming rage monster. And she's just so intent on murdering Kratos. And I remember thinking when Loki wanted to go visit her by himself and try to broker for some sort of a peace, and brought the arrowhead that he used to kill her son, which he's like, oh, I'll just put it under my shirt. She immediately finds it. I'm like, kid, it's a miracle that she sent you back home with all of your fingers on your hand. It was so unwise, but it was that interaction. I feel like I'm going this way. Well, okay, so wait a second. We don't need to go to the blacksmith anymore, so I should probably unselect this. This felt like a game where the characters end in a very different place from where they started. Like, Kratos still has an axe and a couple of blades and a spear, but I mean, like, emotionally, their relationships with one another. And it wasn't a big, like...
Hey, near the little shop I'm running out in the Alfheim Desert, there's something y'all are probably gonna want to see. Hell of a job you did at Ragnarok, General. Wish I could have been there to see you and Sindri take down Thor and Odin.
That is not what happened.
Yeah, maybe not, but it's the story I like best. Important thing is, Odin's paid in full for what he did to Brock. I know it doesn't fix what's broke, but it ain't nothing.
Hello, Lunda.
Hey, goddess. About your brother, I never got the chance to tell you. I know moments like this you're supposed to say sorry and whatnot, but I always known that pretty man had greatness in him. That he'd do something amazing one day, and I'm just... You know, I'm proud that now the 9 realms know it too.
I thank you.
Anytime, ma'am.
All right. I feel like we'd probably take any of the... What's it called? The gates. What is this? Oh, this is one of the last remnants of Asgard. I specifically said that we might check one of those out. Why don't we check that out on our way through? Since we have to go this way pretty much anyway. So, I really like the writing around the characters, that they grow and change over the course of the game, and in ways that seem appropriate for the plot, that they're not just mindless functions of the plot, but it does feel at various points, even in a game, a story about prophecy and destiny, and this is what we're all fated to do, and time is a flat circle. In the end, it feels very character-driven in a way that I really enjoyed. The combat was never anything less than fun. For all of the times that I was stuck for a while and I wasn't sure... I was really having difficulty, like, succeeding at one of the combats. I was still having a lot of fun and recognizing, oh man, like, I know what I'm doing wrong. I just need to figure out how to do it better. Even there at the end with Odin, I think it was Maynor confirmed in chat that against that aerial red strike, I needed to dodge backwards in order to avoid it. Something that I did once accidentally. It was like, wait a second, that one didn't do damage. Now, I would suggest that the sort of like telegraph on the ground didn't really do a great job of communicating that that was the right thing to do, but having tried every other dodge, it made sense that that was the one that I should have tried next. So I just wasn't very good at executing on it. So, yeah, fantastic voice acting. I will say that there's an entire layer to this game, I suspect, about really managing your stats. The runic, the cooldown, the strength, the defense, the vitality, so that you can get some of the amulet charms to work, because some of them had specific stat requirements in order to go. There's probably like a 25% deeper RPG happening here than I was engaging with, and I'm comfortable with that, but it does speak to the fact that they did upgrade, change, and want to expand the gameplay mechanics in this, and I think that's really cool. So for our thing of Asgard, Remnants of Asgard, we want to go this way. Now,
looks like debris from Asgard didn't just fall in midway.
We will have to check all the realms.
Agreed.
hold on a second, because Platform Platypus is saying, I love that the Jordan Smith girl was voiced by the AT&T girl. Now, hold on, was that, like, that brown-haired young woman who, like, she also played, or she was going to play Squirrel Girl in the MCU? Is that who we're thinking of? Because, yeah, I didn't hear that at all. Wow, Platform Platypus says yes. So, let's see what this is. I suspect it's a fight.
Your master is no more. Be at peace. Have it your way, then.
Oh, these are level 7 dudes.
Incoming! Above you!
In terms of like changes to the combat system and stuff, the spear is really fun. It definitely feels very distinct from the other weapons that he already has, with its own moveset and own like use case scenarios. It's a better ranged weapon than either of the two, but also a pretty righteous melee weapon in its own right.
Enemy behind you, Kratos! No!
Coming up? Are we coming down?
Well, if there's more of these Asgard fragments out there, the Einherjar will continue to be a nuisance for the realms.
Only if we do nothing. The realms will never heal if they remain.
How many more?
Only one way to find out.
I have a guess on how many though. Platform Platypus saying that she did get to voice Squirrel Girl in Marvel Rivals. See, that again, I did not know. I wouldn't be surprised to learn that most people are most familiar with her from those commercials, but I do know that she's acted in other things, and they did that Squirrel Girl pilot, which I personally would really like to see. Okay, let's go on with the funeral. Yeah, the variety of gear and the way that it affects your different stats, and then they added the amulet, they added the third weapon. Oh, they added the modifications for your skills. Like if we go over here, as you do skills, you unlock these little pips. Like there you see momentum, and oops, not disable. We wanted to maybe, yeah. And then you can change them out if you need to. I'm fully owning the fact that I simply didn't engage with this system that much, other than every once in a while, oh, I unlocked a new thing, I reached gold tier in one of these skills. What I like about it is that the skills that you can upgrade are the ones that you use the most frequently. So if you want to min-max everything, or if you want to max everything out rather, then you can look at what else you have to do, make it a point to use those skills and really like grind them up, and I don't mean that in a bad way, and then you have access to an extra ability, an extra bonus on that particular skill. Or if you don't, like me, then your play style will be further enhanced by whichever ones you do happen to unlock. And that's basically how I did. I was just like, well, I want to try to use all of these different moves. Some of them are just going to be a little bit more familiar, be the ones that I start to use more often, and those are the ones that got upgraded. And I kind of think that's a really cool way to do it. You don't ever get yourself into a non-viable build, but the way you play kind of organically becomes more potent over the course of the game. Just seems super cool. Oh, and another thing, just the music was so good. We got a lot of like the biggest and brightest and most like in your face music here during the finale. All of the music was very, very good. I will just put out there that I suspect that multiple sections of this VOD will wind up getting muted because it includes music from the video game God of War Ragnarok. I really think that there should be a fix for that. I think that if the game category is set to God of War Ragnarok and there's a big Kratos on the screen, maybe there could be an extra quick look to see if it's appropriate to have music from the game in it as well, because I don't know who I would wish upon the penalty of playing this game without its musical score. I think that that's a detriment to the player, to the viewers, to the people that made the game, to the composer and the performers of the music. Who benefits from that? Who benefits from saying, oh, guys, we better mute the music, otherwise the video game might get muted online? Let everybody see and hear the totality of the product that you've put together. It deserves to be celebrated for the art that it is. Okay, so we're headed to a Viking funeral. Okay, this is fine. I feel like we could have just gone there in the boat, actually, but we will go here. Wait, how do we do this? I'm so sorry. Is this not where I was meant to go? This is not where I was meant to go. I don't know why I came here. I'm so sorry. Partially because I was talking. I guess I was assuming at all points that I was heading to a gate to go somewhere else. Now, actually, so again, in the spirit of giving like the most complete vision of this, if there's another...
What is wrong?
Hold on.
I should have changed. Sewn some mourning garb. We're not dressed properly.
We're fine. The dwarves don't typically require formal wear at funerals.
Rock certainly would not.
Perhaps.
Still, now you've got me thinking of what I might look like with some jewellery around my neck stump. Maybe some gold woven into my beard. That'd be quite fetching, eh?
Thanks for trying.
Also, before we get off and we get some more dialogue, that whole section where they were fusing the spear, the whole part of the game where Kratos was going out with Brock and they were going to forge the spear, and Brock gave them like a 101 on what dwarven magic was, that it's not the shape of the thing, it's the oh god, what was it? It's not the form of the thing, it's the spirit of the thing. Oh god, it was so good. Like that whole section, and like why dwarven magic is the way that it is, how it doesn't make sense to others, but that's because dwarves can see that it's not the form of the forge, it's the spirit of the forge or whatever. I'm already worried that I'm saying it wrong, but that was just like super cool as in terms of like a mythology,
Yeah,
and
they
it
are.
probably has a basis in like
Come on,
real world
surely he'll be
mythology.
along. It's his brother.
Let's hope so. Loss can do things to a man. You made it. We can begin.
Sindri. Brock was... a hole. What? Gets bigger the more you take away.
Oh, look at that. Credits. So, very quickly, it's been a few episodes now. Was that... I feel like that was my guess to that... And I'm going to have to dial this down a little bit. That was my guess to the riddle, wasn't it? I feel like it was. A hole. I feel like it was. Hold on just one second. Oh. Okay, hopefully we can now talk and have the credits roll through. If that music, I would very much like for the music to be audible, but hopefully not too loud. So we'll see how that goes. Harmonious Crow was saying this part broke my heart with Sindri. Sindri's anguish over what happened is very powerfully communicated, and we talked some about that before. I think that their decision to hire extremely talented voice actors at all levels, even for characters that maybe in the first game were going to be treated a little bit like, you know, people to help provide exposition and to be sort of funny, really paid dividends in here. This is at the moment of speaking the most current God of War game. So I will now ask chat, because it's a point that I've been curious about. Is Brock blue because he died earlier? In the first game, I just kind of assumed that he was a frost dwarf. But I think we talked about this at one point, that he and Sindri are brothers, but maybe technically half-brothers, and one of them had a different parent who was blue, and it never really came up in the first game that I can remember. Then in this game, we got a lot of hints that, well, first of all, we met other dwarves, and we didn't meet any other dwarves that were blue. And we went to one of the dwarven cities, I think right there in Svartalheim at one point, and all of the dwarves were running and hiding, but there was a conversation between Kratos and somebody, maybe Mimir, who took note of the fact that they weren't running from Kratos. They were very uncomfortable around Brock. And Brock himself never, to my memory, commented on or indicated the fact that he was blue. I assume that he was aware of it, but it was just one of those things that I feel like it was because he had died. Crow is saying, without words, oh, the fact that Sindri communicates, like, he doesn't say anything there. Does he say anything there? Now I'm already not remembering. Like, the scene we literally just watched, because so much of it was communicated non-verbally, specifically him taking Kratos' hand off of his shoulder, just glaring at him. And now in my head I'm trying to remember, did he say don't? I feel like he didn't. He was just completely silent throughout that whole thing, and his emotional suffering is too great. Like, he can't work past that. He mutters something to Brock. Yes, I loved you, or I love you. That's what it is, but not a word to anybody else. I could have sworn he said something there, but it... Regardless. Gosh, what else? Oh, that Maynard has filled in that it's the nature of the thing. That's the word that I was trying to find. Not the spirit, like the nature of a thing. So Crow is saying it was a grunt. I thought that he direct... Oh. That what he said to Brock was, I love you, Brock. But then to Kratos, maybe he did a grunt. Something like that. Is that it? That scene with Brock and forging the spear, and then the Lady of the Lake leaves, the Forge of the Lake goes away, and then Kratos takes out his new spear and says it has to be blessed by a great blacksmith or whatever it was, and he kneels down and lets Brock give it his blessing. It's just another thing that, like, you don't get the sense that the Kratos in the original games would ever have done anything like that, because he would have been like, cool, now I've got a weapon. All this other mystic mumbo jumbo, who has time for it? But here, I think that it's not only that Kratos was looking out for Brock's feelings upon getting completely disregarded by the Lady of the Lake. She didn't look at him. She didn't see him. We now, I would say it's implied that it's because he was missing the direction in his soul, one of his 4 soul pieces, that's what was going on there. And he was expressing a little bit of self-doubt or confusion. And then Kratos lifts him back up. But beyond that, I think that Kratos was showing respect for dwarven customs and acceptance that this dwarven version of magic, something that he only just barely starts to understand as Brock is collecting the wind of the valley into a sack and some other stuff that he does during this whole sequence, that Kratos is able to now accept, okay, I may not understand this, but that does not mean that it's lacking in power or meaning. And if this might ever possibly support us on our quest, then it's worth doing. I think that it was equal parts being a good friend to Brock in a time of emotional need, and also, hey, there seems to be something to this, so why not go along with it? And I don't want to say play along with it, because I think that Kratos was taking it very seriously there. There's another point where that came up. It was actually just the last episode. We talked a lot about it where Tyr murders Brock and everything comes apart, and and Odin gets away, but they still have the mask. And then they start talking about, like, getting the armies together, like, we have to prepare for war. And Kratos says, no, we're leaving. And right in that moment, this is why I usually prefer to be quiet and let things play out, because in the moment I was like, what are you talking about? Like this is where you nope out, because my understanding at that moment was Kratos was saying, that's it, we've given enough, we've gone far enough, it's too dangerous now. Like, that's just what I thought was going on there. And, like, this is where you're gonna say we've had enough? After Odin has struck so close to home, after Odin took Atreus hostage and held a knife to his neck, after you, Kratos, were the one that said no to the truth that Odin offered. And I was just like, why now? And I didn't understand it. And then as the subsequent scene played out, it was because Kratos was tuned in enough to the emotions of his own son that he realized that Atreus needed some time. He needed to process this, and he needed the support of his father. I'm actually getting a little bit emotional about that, because to me, of course, I'm following along with the story and the characters and their motivations, and still, to me, I was like, Atreus is very goal-oriented, and he would want to see this through, and I would have been completely wrong. Now, in my defense, Kratos has known him a lot longer and is literally his father, but I would have been like, Atreus, we can mourn this later. And that's sort of what I would have thought that Kratos would have been. Brock is dead. The best thing we can do now is to take action to avenge that. But this is a different, more grown-up Kratos. And what he's going to do is recognize that his son needs some time to process, and they need to go hunting for a while. And if that's going to take an extra hour or two before they start rallying the troops for Ragnarok, then that's what it's going to take. Because his son comes first. Not just his son's life, not just what he's willing to do, who he's willing to kill to keep his son alive, but his son's well-being takes precedent over everything else. And it's just, seeing that all play out was very powerful. And the other thing, by the way, is that everything that I just said, to my memory, is never explicitly said. I just wanted to, like, sometimes there'll be like a special thanks for somebody, like, in memory of, or somebody like that. Rather, the fact that Kratos needed some time with Atreus is communicated to us in their actions, but nobody sits down and says, "Oh, so Kratos, now I understand why you had to go off with Atreus," and stuff like that. To Brock, he said, "I love you," says Crow, and to Kratos, it was just a grunt of like, "Don't you dare." And Crow is saying that it's emotional. Yeah, it's a very, very good scene, and that the other thing that comes up between Sindri and Brock is how close it was to that being Atreus. How close that was to being, even Mimir. Also, just to be clear, I don't want to come into whatever the third game is and to just have Mimir affixed to the top of Gollum body, and now but still, there's something we can do to help him? I just don't understand how that is not, like a ton of suffering, and to be completely... People treat him well, they give him a good view onto things, but like he can't turn his head, he can't see what's going on, so oftentimes he's facing the wrong way, or people are having a conversation that's like kind of outside his eye line. It just always makes me uncomfortable. Like, can we help this guy at all? At all? Can we do something to help him out? The other thing that I think that this game does really well, which you probably saw some of, but I never really talked about, is just how easy and fluid it is to switch weapons in the middle of a combo, and how you can move from a couple hits to one weapon to going directly into a combo on another weapon, or go directly into one of the special moves of them. If I had like a wish for the combat system, it would be really great if there was a way to equip and use different light and runic attacks without having to go into the inventory screen and manually switch them out. And that's just like, some action games allow you to like hold down the left bumper and press like triangle, square, or X, and they'd all do like a different runic attack. And that's not a matter of power, it's a matter of variety. It's a matter of being able to customize your own combos and your own sort of like super attacks in a way where you just have more options on the table. Oh, and by the way, here's all of the voice actors. Wait, who's Laufey? Was Laufey... So, my question would be, was Laufey the Valkyrie that was there when Emily Rose? No, she wasn't. Emily Rose played Sif? God damn. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't hear her at all. Oh, now I need to go back and listen to every single thing that Sif said. I did not hear Emily Rose in that role. Voice actors, man, they're really good at what they do. I never once heard Elena from Uncharted in Sif. And I'm sorry, but you guys, how good is the character design? I said this after we met Surtur. Sif, Thrud, Thor, Odin, obviously Kratos and Atreus. Like now Atreus has like grown up. Like their character designs, their performance capture, their faces. Also, there is so much to say, though. When Kratos is funny, and how sparing they are with that. I've mentioned this across a couple different streams. Maybe it came up at some point playing this. It's a point of irritation to me. So, just a quick, not really a spoiler, but I'm going to say something about the first two Guardians of the Galaxy movie. People who watch all the time may have heard this before. The character of Drax the Destroyer in the first game was played for comedy very effectively. He's the largest man on screen. He's the most violent. He sometimes comes off as being the least bright on screen, although it's always a little bit difficult to make sense of what Groot is making of all of this. But here's Drax. But they do a very good job of playing into the fact that his people don't understand irony or turns of phrase, and he takes everything extremely literally. And they do a good job of making that into comedy over the course of the movie. I feel like that was misinterpreted in the second movie. I have not seen the third one as, oh, people liked when Drax was completely disregarding the emotions of others. He was just wildly disrespecting them right to their face with apparently no idea that he was doing it. So in the second movie, let's just write him as being a huge asshole. That's rough. I don't find that funny. That's just being an asshole. And I didn't like that very much. Otherwise, it was a very good movie. I actually really like Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And everything that I just said is a function of the writers, not of the performance from Dave Bautista. Here you've got Kratos, similar character archetype, very large muscle man who sometimes gets angry enough to heal himself by punching people to death, and that's what makes him healthier. He's a man of few words and many grunts. It would be easy, and there are times when he will be very dismissive, or like he won't want to have a conversation about something, especially if he finds it frivolous or a waste of time. And there are interactions around the ghost, like what does it matter what this ghost thinks, how they feel about things, they are already dead. And he does take that line, but the thing is, those are never really played for funny, and that comes off as Kratos is pragmatic above all else, or so you would believe until you see him interacting with his son and go off on a hunting trip in the middle of Ragnarok. Or I guess they're yet to set off Ragnarok, but you take my meaning there. He's not all about pragmatism. And yet they find these opportunities to have him be funny. And one of the most, the reason it works for me every time is how understated it is, with one of my favorite parts being when Ratatoskr shows up for the first time and he starts crawling all over Kratos, and Kratos just goes, "What is happening?" He's so confused in the moment, he's not even sure if he should be violent about it. It's so understated, it's so funny, and it's always hard to know, because I think functionally, most of the time, acting is a collaborative effort between the script, the actor, and the director. Not all the time. Sometimes it's read the lines as written and don't deviate. Sometimes a lot of it is ad-libbed and the writing almost doesn't come into it at all. And sometimes the director or the actor will have an instinct that overrides the other, for better or worse, but I think it works best when it's sort of a fusion of those three things, that the writer, the actor, and the director all understand the assignment, and it's a collaboration. So maybe you wind up modifying what's on the page, or you say it a little bit differently. I don't know how much of the humor came from Christopher Judge, who tends to be I don't want to say very funny, but I've seen him be funny completely on his own on a few different occasions. His willingness to make fun of his own The Game Awards speech, where he just went on for so long, and it was so funny. And now he's over the course of a couple different subsequent events, been willing to poke fun at his own ability to fill verbal space. He's really funny. I don't know how much of it was him. I only know that it worked for me every single time. And whenever there was an interaction between him and Mimir, him and Atreus, him and Freya, or like that moment with Ratatoskr, they're very sparing, and they always played it exactly right, where he never came off as silly or rude. Okay, when he was rude, it usually wasn't for comedy. That's what I'm saying. I just really like the humor in the game, is my way of saying this. Angrboda was a very interesting character, because it's almost like she's not real. And it's, if we didn't, so until this episode, if we were having this whole conversation last episode and I was breaking down the characters, I would be saying to you, I'm not sure if Angrboda exists, if she's a figment of of the past, if she is shapeshifted from some sort of ghost or entity, a reincarnation of Atreus' mother, or what. Because for 99% of the game, Angrboda is not perceived by anybody except Atreus and then her own grandmother. And whenever you have a character that's so distinct from the proceedings, where they're part of the story, but yet almost entirely separate, you start to wonder, is this a split personality? Is this, you know, Robin Williams? Like what's happening with all of this? But then I think in this final episode, we do get clarity that she's very real. Others do see her. They can interact with her, and that she was sort of just maybe holding herself back in reserve. She had spent all of her life protecting the giants, protecting the soul marbles, trying to stay out of the Eye of Asgard, and that instinct followed her even after the soul marbles had been turned over to Loki. So I feel like that played very well, and the ending of this game leaves open any number of possibilities for a third and perhaps final game in this trilogy. It could be about Loki and Angrboda off on their adventures. It could be about Kratos and Freya. It could be a mix of the two. And if I was to predict, we'll probably get a mix of the two. Like, it wouldn't surprise me at all if what we get is a Kratos-centric game with cutaways and entire chapters or acts dedicated to maybe what Atreus and Angrboda are doing starting right now, or maybe their own separate adventures where they wind up coming back together later on, like partway through that story. Also, somebody in chat, I think it was Cara Luna, mentioned something about like heading off to Egypt. Yeah, when all of that happened, so when everything went down between quote-unquote Tyr and Brock and everything else, and Kratos said, we're leaving, there was no space for me to say, like, the thing running in through my head is, I hear Persia's nice this time of year. That if Kratos was gonna nope out, he'd better find somebody very far away. But no, there we go. Here we are at the end of Ragnarok, and Asgard is presumably just entirely in flames, rather, and Ragnarok did his duty, and now all of the refugees are settling in the other realms, with my headcanon being this would be where Kratos and Freya would go around and visit all those remnants, take care of those. They're not like frost people, but they use the Bifrost energy, so, you know, the Einhander, whatever they were called. It's one of those words that they said a bunch of times and I never quite picked up. So Baldur gets a voice. This is the Japanese voice cast. I just don't remember Baldur saying very much in this one. Maybe there was a flashback, and that's what I'm thinking of. Maynor is asking if I'm going to do Valhalla. I don't believe so. My understanding of the Valhalla expansion pack for this is that it's mostly like arena combat style, going after the Valkyries. There might be some story content to that, but I generally wind up playing a game through until we get closing credits, and then once I have credits, as much as I've enjoyed it, it just feels narratively correct to call it there. It's similar to watching the end of Return of the Jedi and then going home and watching a 6-episode series about what the Ewoks got up to after that. Like, I'm sure that was important to the Ewoks, but you sort of saw the Death Star get destroyed a second time. Like, we did it. We did the Ragnarok. So maybe someday I will revisit it for Valhalla, but the way that I tend to interact with this sort of fiction, I'll probably not wind up doing that. There's nothing against Valhalla or the fact that they did an expansion, but without sort of like a big narrative hook to go ahead with, it makes me less like I really like the combat to it, and yet even though I played on like the game's version of hard, it wasn't really about the challenge of the combat. It was more about like, man, I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. I really love playing this, and also I want to see what's happening next. And if it is the case that Valhalla as an expansion doesn't have that much narrative to sort of like tie it together, it's sort of like, okay, it's similar to how I didn't wind up going around and finding all the harpies in the first game either. I really enjoyed the combat, but man, once I hit the end credits and like the story was done, I was like, yeah, I'm kind of finished with it. That's my take on it. Post-story DLC is often a little bit difficult to get into. I will say that the one that I've gotten into the most over the years was Assassin's Creed Odyssey, because I realized if I don't play these DLC packs now, I'm never going to return to this. I loved Odyssey. I had so much fun with Odyssey. It remains, as of this sentence, my all-time favorite Assassin's Creed game, and I knew if I didn't push ahead with doing those story-based DLCs immediately, I would never, ever return to them. So I did push ahead, and I really enjoyed both of them. I had a great time with both of those. But yeah, man, when I see credits roll, I have reached that sort of like, this is the narrative conclusion, and I've had my time with it. Gosh, let's see. Is there any other thing that I'd want to say about this game? Man, did I love how it's bookended with like these huge action sequences. And I want to clarify something that I said there at the end, where I felt like I'm really on the periphery of all of this. Specifically, what I meant from that is that I felt like all of the armies were doing like these huge battles, and what I was doing is Kratos was doing this not really covert, but a more covert insertion to get into Asgard Central and take on Odin. And I was just like looking around all these massive battles and being like, I am the god of war. Like, I really feel like I should be out there and doing all of that stuff. And yet Kratos does have an important job to do. So when I said, man, I feel like I'm the periphery of all of this, it wasn't frustration, or it wasn't disappointment. It was frustration that I felt like, man, a lot of people are paying the price for this. All of these light elves and dark elves, and I guess the dwarves didn't wind up showing up, but they came through when it mattered. And isn't that the story of the dwarves that we've seen in this game over and again, this franchise? The dwarves come through when it matters. And they didn't send an army, they did send a gadget, a device that turned off those big Asgardian lasers. And whether or not those lasers could have stopped Ragnarok from advancing on the city, getting them off certainly helped everybody involved move forward. And then there was the whole thing about the people of Midgard had been gathered around the gates, like ordered there by Odin, and it's exactly that kind of ruthless tacticianing that made Odin such a menace, that made him so good at what he was doing. So I really like that detail, and as was pointed out in chat, the Kratos of old would never have given a crap about those people. They would have only been an obstacle to his goal, and we will not let Odin's tactics slow us down. He would have cut those people down himself if he needed to get there. And instead, he's with Atreus, and he says to Atreus, you have to open your heart to their suffering. It's what your mother would have wished, and I as well. It's a really powerful moment. I'm glad that I didn't forget to say this, because it again speaks to how Kratos has grown into somebody who recognizes the mistakes of his past. And now he's more ready to express those regrets directly to his son, and to, in his own way, say, the advice that I gave you about closing your heart was wrong, and we have to take that back and correct it right now. He says to his son, because this is who you are. You feel this suffering because it is who you are. Again, like, I'm getting misty about that. He sees Atreus completely and fully as a young man, and that's a very powerful statement when he says that to Atreus. And that he says to Atreus, it's been your instinct, your knowledge of who to trust and who to go after and how to proceed that has gotten us this far. That, I think that was a slightly earlier scene than from when they were holding up the giant stone slab, but no, the two of them have really come to an understanding. Actually, that was at the end. I think that he says to Atreus that at the end. And he asks Atreus, are you afraid? And Atreus trusts his father and trusts himself enough to say yes. And Kratos says, then that's why you have to do it. Man, that was some good writing. Really, really, really good scenes between the two of them. How the voice actors don't break down when doing it is really remarkable. Man, I hope that they're friends. I really hope that they get along in real life. I had asked that earlier, and somebody said that they've seen interviews between the two, and they seem pretty tight. I hope so. Don't shatter my illusion that they get on well by telling me that they actually hate each other. Oh my goodness. All right, so I think that wraps it up. We're on to partnerships and events here among the credits. I think we'll probably bounce it forward, but I would want to dial the music back up, the sound, just in case, because I don't want to miss it, just in case there's some sort of like story-based coda here. So hold on just 1 second. Oh boy, I can't quite get back into position here, can I? Slightly more things than I have hands for. Oh, let's have a chat with... I don't remember his name.
I don't know if there's anything beyond the light. Afterlives after afterlives or whatever you. But if there is, I imagine he's causing one crazy ruckus there.
Forgive Sindri. He's just, I mean, you know.
That's the woman from the AT&T commercials. Damn. Oh yeah, let's definitely throw that rock around at the funeral. They'd love me for that. All right, so I think. Wait, can we talk with? Oh, the musician. Is this the guy that was playing the music? Let's talk with him. But what a cool detail when the music is coming up, and then when he steps into frame in the background, you realize that it's diegetic, that you're actually getting it in the scene. This is the funeral music, and I would bet cash that that's the actual, like, that's an in-game representation of the real-world instruments they use to make it, which is so cool.
I wrote that dirge for him.
What's it called?
Something profane.
He wouldn't have it any other way.
Like I said, they know how to do their humor. They really know where to put it so that it works well. So this is the skim boat that we used to get over here. I think it's our only way out. We'll use it just in case there's any additional chat between Atreus and Freya. Yeah, just in case. No, what a great game. And I do have to say, bigger and longer than I had expected. If you had asked me, we are twice the episodes that I thought that we would be on. I really thought that this was going to be like 10 to 12 maybe. But that's not a complaint. This game had a ton of content to it. Lots of extra objectives, side quests to go on with... more often than not, rewards that made, oh wow, I got another one of those apples, I got another blood mead hoard, I have more health and more rage to use because I took the time to engage with the world. It's just really, really well done. And I'm also glad that I took an extra second there, because if I was to say one thing that could probably use some improvement, or something that maybe I would just prefer it, this map. The map is just enough to get a direction on which way you should be going, and especially in Vanaheim, where what you're doing is navigating a series of fairly narrow and very winding corridors between slightly larger areas. It tends to be very three-dimensional. There's ways up, there's ways down, there's ways through. It was just very, very difficult to know how to get back to something. Now, when you're exploring the world, it's very well designed in that you always know, okay, I'm going forward for the first time. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. When you're exploring for the first time, which way is forward, which way is new? That was always really, really easy to tell. Like, the level design is very, very well done. But then when it comes time to revisit an area, to find your way back to something that you remember, and you're like, man, which way was it going to be? Like, there's one side quest here. Well, several side quests. If we go to goals, These casualties of war. Tortured spirit died before he could give his son a toy that meant everything to the child. The spirit recalls an area with 2 dragon statues in the jungle. There were a couple locations that might describe, and I would have no idea physically where they were or how to navigate to them. In a game like Doom, Metroid Prime, Jedi Survivor and its predecessor Jedi Fallen Order, there are games out there that also have fairly elaborate like levels, but in-game maps that make it, if not easy, discernible to see, okay, I need to go this way, that way, then up this thing, and that's communicated there. The fact that here in the God of War games, it's not that way, feels purposeful. So I will sort of like tip my hat to the designers who have said, we want our map to be a little bit more conceptual rather than exact. We don't want to show all of the different passageways and stuff like that. Okay. And also, I'll just share that if the third game had a straight-up BD01 holographic map that you could rotate and see around and know exactly how to get from here to there, set your own waypoints, I would fully support that. Give me the full-on, what's his name, Isaac Clarke map. Throw that on me, and this game would be 10 out of 10. As it is, it's only like 9.777 out of 10. I really, really liked it. Please do not take my wishes for a more exact map to be some sort of like grand criticism or anything like that. And there we go. That is, I think, everything that I have to say about God of War Ragnarok. I greatly enjoyed it. It was never anything but a joy to play. It looks great, it plays great, fantastic music, and a story that I absolutely love. And it would be easy to say the story was so good that when the side quests, like it's not The Witcher 3, right, where the side quests kind of like are the story after a certain point, but yeah, there were some episodes that were dedicated completely to the side quests, and I was like, man, I do want to do main story, but also the game is so much fun to play. So if I were to leave on that thought, it is that thought that if the game wasn't fun to play, it would have been far fewer episodes, so I just would have plowed ahead with main story that was always available. But I loved playing it so much that I wanted to go out and see and do as much as possible. And as a result, sometimes the story points came far apart. And then I was like, man, I want to see what happens next. So it was an interesting sort of balance between when they'd open up and Sindri or Atreus or Mimir would say, you know, you got some extra time on the clock. You can go around and like explore and stuff. But there we go. We're going to throw down our final save, our save of record, and we will set that right there and call it for our full and complete playthrough of God of War Ragnarok. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for hanging out as we talk through it here at the very end, and we will see you guys again in the next one.